Math, 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 math.
Oh, hey guys. Sorry. Just happened some soup. Trying to keep my beard out of ending up in the soup. Alright, so in this video we're going to look at how to solve systems with graphing using rise over run. So grab your hipster glasses, Duke, flannel, we'll get started. Okay, so if we're going to go and solve systems by graphing using rise over run, we need to make sure we know how to graph. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to look at our two equations, and both of them are already written in y equals ax plus b form. If they weren't, we would put them into y equals ax plus b form or slope-intercept form. So if we look at the equations that we have here, we have y equals negative 2x plus 2 and y equals 1/3 x minus 5. So first thing we have to look at is what our initial value is, or what our b is, and in this case it's positive 2. So we're going to go to our origin and we're going to say, okay, we're starting at positive 2, so we're going to go up 1, 2. This is going to be our first point. Then the next thing we have to do is look at what our slope is, and our slope is negative 2x. Now we talked about this in class. Whenever we're trying to graph something like a slope where it's negative 2x or negative 4x and there's no number underneath, we put it over 1, because negative 2x over 1 is the same thing as negative 2x. We're going to get the same number. But this 1 tells us what our run is. So we talked about it, how we have rise over run. Well, our rise is the number on top, so whether we're going to go up or down, and our run is the number on the bottom, which is to the right. So if we look, we have negative 2x, which means we're going to go down 1, 2, and to the right 1. So this is our first line. So we're going to take our line and we're going to just graph it like that. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to do the same thing for the other line, and we're going to see where are we starting. Well, this one, our initial value, or our b, is negative 5. So we're going to go down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's use red. This is going to be our first point. And then we look again. We have 1/3 x. The number on top is our rise, and the number on the bottom is our run. This is a positive slope, so we're going to go up 1 and to the right 1, 2, 3. And from there, we're going to draw our line. We'll make it red. So where they meet is our answer. Now, because I'm doing this on the computer, not on graph paper, I'm not actually getting the best line that I possibly could get. So right now I can't really tell what it's supposed to be, but what I can do is I can actually solve the system of equations. So I have my two lines already in slope-intercept form, so I can have negative 2x plus 2 equals 1/3x minus 5. And from there we can go and start figuring out what our x and y is. So we've talked about this before. I need to bring my x over to the other side, so I'm going to add 2x on both sides. Okay, so I have 2 equals 2 and 1/3 x, which is the same thing as 7/3x. So 7/3 x minus 5. I want to bring my negative 5 over to the other side, so I'm going to add 5. And I have 7 is equal to 7/3 x. Now we talked about needing to isolate x. We want to make it by itself. We can divide by 7/3 on both sides, but I also told you guys how we can do the reciprocal. So we put it over 1, and we do the reciprocal of 7/3, which is 3/7 times 3/7, and we end up with 3 and 3 cancel each other out, 7 and 7 cancel each other out, so they give us 1, and then we're left with 3 times 7 is going to be 21. 21 divided by 7 is going to give us 3, so we end up with x is equal to 3. So once we figured that out, Now we can go and figure out what our y is. So we have our two equations. Well, I can go and say y is equal to negative 2x plus 2. I can replace the x with my 3. So y is equal to negative 2 times 3 plus 2. Negative 2 times 3 is going to give me negative 6, plus 2 is going to give me negative 4. That's my first equation. And I can do the same thing for y equals 1/3 x minus 5. I can do, just move this up a little bit. Y equals 1/3 x minus 5. And I can do, figured out that x is 3, so y equals 1/3 times 3 minus 5. So we can do 1/3 times 3, which is going to give me positive 1 minus 5. Y is going to give me, unfortunately I ran out of room, but I'll do it right here. Y is going to give me negative 4. So I know that my answer should be 3, negative 4. And if I look, I have 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. This thing was way off if I probably fixed my line a little bit to have them going through a little bit more accurately. That makes it a little bit better. That's a little bit more on the line. I can tell. The problem is, like I said, this doesn't have a ruler, but you can see I graphed the line. If I wasn't sure about how the line looked, all I had to do was solve it using the comparison method, and I could figure out from there. So I hope this video helped you guys, and that's pretty much it for Rise Over Run. So I'll talk to you later. See you.